Do you ever just not feel like it? Like you have these things you want to do and you know exactly how to do it, but when it comes down to doing it, you just don't feel like it. And you lay around hoping that you'll find that surge motivation to just get up and get started. Whether that's you want to get up out of bed and just have a more productive morning, or maybe going to the gym, or just reading more, or just doing something that's going to make more progress in your life. Do you ever feel like that? Because I remember I used to like lay in this exact bed and I would have my entire day planned out from the beginning to the end of what I wanted to do that would just make me feel good, just productive things. But when it came down to like starting on that, I would literally just lay in bed watching videos on self-improvement on how to find the motivation to do what I want to do. I knew exactly what I needed to do. I knew exactly how to do it. And a part of me wanted to do it, but that bigger part of me that just did not feel like it was taking over, and I was searching endlessly to find some solution that could give me the motivation I needed. Watching those self-improvement videos, I didn't really find anything. Like, I found good ideas. I don't want to bash them. I found good ideas, but I just never found that thing that just clicked for me. And chances are, if you're watching this video, you're on that same path too, where you know what you want to do, but you're trying to find that one thing that will click and you have the motivation to do what you need to do. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what's keeping you unmotivated so that you can stop doing those things. You can change what you need to change and feel that motivation. And if you stick around until the end of this video, I'm going to give you something that will maximize the heck out of your motivation. I am not exaggerating at all. Alright, so I'm going to get into that topic, but first, who am I? My name is Faith, and my goal is to help entrepreneurs, creators, and high achievers reach their goals by teaching you how to take action, stay consistent, and put goals happen. Alright, and if you watch this part of the video, might as well go ahead and click the subscribe button because I do make videos like this every single day. Alright, so the first reason why you're unmotivated might be because your mental health is not great. Now, back when I was struggling to find motivation and work on what I want to do, during that time I was also never working out. I was not eating healthy. I was literally eating cold ramen with beer in it. I'm not kidding. And I would get a flat sheet of cake from Food Lion and just eat the cake. Like, I would get a fork and have that cake. That was my dinner, breakfast, everything. I was barely going outside. I would lay in my bed all day watching TV, bring on my phone. Like, my mental health was complete trash because of the things I was doing. And that was a big reason why I felt unmotivated, because if your mental health is trash, you're just not gonna have the energy to go out and do what you need to do because you don't have it. And so if you take the time to fix your mental health, it'll be a lot easier for you to feel that energy, that vitality you need to work on the things you want to work on. So this leads you to the question of, how do you fix your mental health? It is very simple. It's very simple. I'm gonna give you the easy guideline you can follow to fix your mental health if this is what you're suffering from. 1, get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. 2, eat single ingredient foods. Like, eat healthier. Like, eat foods that have one ingredient: potato, you feel me, rice, broccoli, avocado, instead of eating like a Pop-Tart that has 50 ingredients you can't even pronounce, you feel me. 3, do some exercise. This does not mean you gotta go to the gym and pump it out. You can if you want to, but if you want to just go for a walk outside once in your neighborhood, that'd be cool. If you want to do some jumping jacks or do some push-ups, that'd be cool. As long as you're getting some exercise in daily, you will improve your mental health. And 4th is meditate. Alright, because meditation is going to allow you to brush off that stress and just detach from the world you're in and just find more inner peace inside. Alright, so those 4 things will definitely help fix your mental health. And obviously, cut out the junk food, cut out the laying around all day, cut out the negativity, and you'll notice a big difference. Alright, so if you're feeling unmotivated, take a look into your mental health. The second reason you're unmotivated is because you don't feel any pressure. Think about this. When you had a test, or like when you had a project, and you were so unmotivated to do that project, what got you to get started? The deadline. The pressure of a deadline. That's what got you to get started. So, most of the times, if you're unmotivated, things are probably easy for you. You're probably comfortable. So if you want to find that surge of motivation, you might want to look into how can you add pressure into your life? How can you feel that stress, that anxiety that's going to help you say, okay, I need to get locked in and focus on this. And so an example could be, like I said earlier, putting a deadline on something that you get done. Another way is to think about what is happening, or like what life are you bringing to yourself by not doing things you want to do, right? Like, look into your worst nightmare. Think about if you never go to the gym, where would you be at in 10 years if you never go to the gym, if you don't eat healthier, where will you be? probably if you're not there, you're gonna be so unhealthy, you're gonna be in pain, and you might be fat. So think about that. Like, do you want that? If not, then that's gonna give you that pressure to say, okay, I know if I continue with this and don't get up, my life is gonna go downhill. I don't want that. Or think about, like, if you want to start a business, if you're just unmotivated to get started on working on it, think about where you're gonna be 10 years from now. You're gonna be working a job you don't like, you're not gonna have any money, and you're gonna be struggling to even afford the basic necessities to live. Do you want that? No. So you need to like lock in on that to get that pressure to say, okay, if I don't get started on this business today and every other day, I am going to be living a life I do not want to be living, and I don't want that. And that will give you the pressure to say, okay, I need to get up. And this reason, this little tactic has changed the game for me, because when I was in college, I wanted to start my own business, but I never did. I just watched videos. And I think it's because in college, I was comfortable. I knew I was in setting. I was getting a degree in accounting. I knew I'd be fine. And I didn't like that. So what I did was drastic. I'm not suggesting you do this, but I did this because I needed to do it. I dropped out. Like, I just dropped out and got a job at Walmart. And I hated that job. I literally hated going in. But you know what that did for me? It gave me that pressure to say, if I don't start working on my business today and start figuring something out, I'm going to be stuck working at this job I absolutely hate that's depressing me. And that gave me the pressure to say, okay, I need to settle down. I need to figure this out. I need to put in work every single day, because if I don't, I'm going to be stuck here. I don't want to be here. And having that mindset led me to start my business and led me to finding customers who actually pay me to help them. That pressure changed everything for me. So if you are struggling to be unmotivated, if your mental health is good, think about what pressure can you put into your life to trigger you to start doing what needs to get done. All right, that's number 2. Number 3, and this is a big reason. This might hold most people back. Is your dopamine levels are so low. Dopamine, like, okay, first of all, what is dopamine? Dopamine, as we all know, or as you might not know, is the chemical we all feel when we feel pleasure. You know, you eat something good, you feel that thing feels good, you're enjoying it, dopamine goes off in your head. Pleasure. You're playing a game, you're feeling dopamine because you feel good playing that game. You're talking to friends, you feel that dopamine, you feel that goodness. Okay, so we all know that dopamine is experienced when we feel pleasure, but is that all dopamine is for? No. Dopamine is also for motivation. Let me give you an example. There's this experiment where they took 2 rats, and they took one rat, they put in a cage, and they gave him food. He ate that, felt good. They took another rat, and they took away all his dopamine. So he literally could not produce dopamine. They gave him food. He enjoyed pleasure. He enjoyed it. It's pleasurable. So they realized that, okay, you don't really need dopamine to feel pleasure. So what is dopamine for? So what they did was, instead of feeding them directly, they moved the food 1 rat's inch away. And what happened was, the rat with dopamine went and got the food to eat it and enjoyed it. But the rat without dopamine, even though it was 1 rat's inch away, it did not move at all. It literally just stayed there and died. So what this means is, dopamine is not meant for the pleasure. It's meant for the motivation to get that pleasurable thing. So if your dopamine levels are so low, you're not going to feel motivation to do the hard thing that's going to change your life. And this might be holding you back. This really might be holding you back. I literally have insane amounts of motivation because I have fixed my dopamine levels. And I've fixed that by, of course, dopamine fasting, but also being a dopamine minimalist. And this is something you won't hear from many people. But if you can get dopamine levels in order, which I really can't go into detail in this video because it'll make it too long. But if you can get dopamine levels in order, you will have max amounts of motivation. I am not kidding you. And there's a way to do that, which I kind of referred to in the beginning of the video, where I said if you stick around, you can get something that's going to change the game for you. Well, this is it. I have a complete free, guidebook on how to improve your dopamine. And it's not, you ain't got to put your email in. Like, literally, it's just free. Just click the link and you'll get it. But if you check out this guidebook, it will explain dopamine. It will break everything down. And it will show you how to improve your dopamine levels and how to keep it at that level without, most people, they'll go on dopamine fast and then they'll come back into the real world and then the dopamine will go right down. I'm going to show you how to stop that cycle and how to keep dopamine at a steady level for the rest of your life so you have max motivation no matter where you are, because dopamine will be good. Alright? So those are 3 reasons why you're unmotivated. 1, mental health is probably crap. 2, you're not feeling any pressure. And 3, your dopamine levels may be off. And if your dopamine levels are off, go check out that workbook. Alright? So if you can fix those 3 things, figure out which one is really affecting you, fix those 3 things, and I promise you, you will have max motivation and you will finally change your life. Alright? Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, don't be afraid. Comment, like, and remember, take action, stay consistent, make your goals happen, and I'll see you later.